Once again, greetings from Cougar Field in Great Bend, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College softball on the Blue Dragon Sports Network. This afternoon, game number 2 of this early season doubleheader between the 3-0 Blue Dragons and the 0-3 Barton Cougars. Steve Carpenter with you after a 6-1 Hutchinson victory in game number 1. And the Blue Dragons hitting 3 home runs, 2 from Raven Bass. Raven Bass and Ashton Reynolds driving in 3 runs each. So the Blue Dragons get the 6-1 win. DJ Cannon wins her career 20th. And now we will watch Destiny Schultz start game number 2, who comes off her first career shutout last Thursday against Pratt. Getting set as both teams have already taken their warm-ups and the lineups have been exchanged. Here are the lineups for game number 2. First for the Blue Dragons, leading off will be sophomore center fielder Ashton Reynolds. Izzy Godinez, a sophomore shortstop, bats second. Freshman Kiara DeCrane bats third and plays third base. Raven Bass, in those 2 home runs in game number 1, bats cleanup. She is at first base. DJ Cannon will be the designated player, batting 5th. Batting 6th will be the catcher Cameron Pope, making her 4th straight start behind the dish. Batting 7th will be right fielder Bryn Stockman. Batting 8th will be second baseman Shelby Felbus, and Becca Roberts bats 9th and plays left field. Sophomore Destiny Schultz, the pitcher. 1-0 coming in, the right-hander from Deer Park, Texas. So for the Blue Dragons in game number 2, it is Reynolds, Godinez, DeCrane, Bass, Cannon, Pope, Stockman, Felbus, and Roberts, with Destiny Schultz in the circle. Barton's getting ready to take the field. They'll line up like this for first-year head coach Tyler Gunnelson. Alexis Sharples will bat leadoff and play third base. Caitlin Frakes bats second and is at first. Batting third will be the catcher Andriana Reynolds. Batting cleanup will be the designated player Morgan Michaelis. Haley Pop bats 5th. She'll be at second base. Asadia Salazar will bat 6th and play right field. The lower third of the order is like this. Shortstop, Maggie Schultz bats 7th. Batting 8th will be Sophia Duayo. She bats 8th and plays left field. And Kristen Storer bats 9th and in center. Allison Panning, a freshman right-hander from Ellenwood, gets theirs. It is Sharples, Frakes, Reynolds, Michaelis, Pop, Salazar, Schultz, Nuwayo, Storer, and Allison Panning in the circle. So the Dragons get a game number 1 victory, 6-1. Now they look for the sweep. And then it's 9 days off. An awkward schedule for the Blue Dragons in this early going. They lost 2 games to Colby originally on Monday. Originally on Saturday, moved to Monday, and they just weren't able to get those in because of cold weather. Now it's about 68 degrees, a slight wind out of the south. Absolutely gorgeous, and in about 24 hours, just going to be frigid again. Welcome to winter. So the Blue Dragons through 3 games, hitting .427. They've scored 30 runs and allowed just 2. And a big reason's coming up to the plate, and sophomore Ashton Reynolds. Reynolds in game number 1, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs, including her first home run of the year. And we're set to go game number 2. Glad you've joined us. And here we go. Panning looks in. Now delivers. First pitch swinging. Hard ground ball knocked down by the shortstop Schultz, but it'll be an infield single for Reynolds, and that's how game number 2 starts off. First pitch at 3:34 p.m. Reynolds with her 3rd hit of the afternoon. Now Izzy Godinez, the hottest of all the Blue Dragons, fouls that one off. 0-1 to go, Godinez. Panning into the line. Outside for a ball. Izzy Godinez now for the year, 8 for 10. A double, 5 home runs, 5 RBIs. What a start. Pitch in the dirt, bounces in. Good stop by the catcher, Reynolds. Godinez up in the count, 2-1. She started off the year 7 for 7. Then was retired twice in a row before a 6th-inning single. Sophomore from Hutch High, the pitch. Ground ball left side and through for a base hit. Reynolds will stop at second, and it's 2 straight hits to start game number 2. Now the power comes up. Here's Kiara DeCrane. Earlier today, named the Jayhawk East Player of the Week after her sensational debut. Pitch bounces in, ball 1. DeCrane now 6 for 11, 2 doubles, a home run, 8 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Slugging an even 1,000 right now. The pitch. Good swing, but a foul back out of play, and it's 1-1. Earlier today, DeCrane was 1 for 4 with a double. That was an opposite field shot to right center. That 2-hopped the fence. Ground ball to third. The only play will be to first. As Sharples throws out DeCrane. Moving up to third is Reynolds. Moving up to second is Godinez. Productive out. Now it's second and third. 1 out for Raven Bass. We'll see how Tyler Gunnelson plays it here after Bass hit 2 home runs in game number 1. Change up way high for ball 1. Bass 2 for 4 with 3 runs driven in game number 1. The wind of the pitch, taken a little bit low, 1-1. Bass now for the season, home runs and 4 RBIs. The pitch. Outside 3-0. DJ Cannon on deck. The pitch. Taking a little bit low, 3-0. Let's give you ball 4. And they're loaded up, 1 out for DJ Cannon. Cannon in the first game walked 3 times herself, 0 for 1 officially. In the circle, she won her 20th game of her Blue Dragon career. Now 2-0 for the season, hitting with the bases loaded here. Just underway in game number 2. Ground ball up the middle, past the diving second baseman for a hit. Reynolds scores. Godinez scores as the throw home gets cut off. It's a 2-run single for DJ Cannon, and the Dragons take a 2-0 lead. Just right back up the box. Nice piece of hitting. Bass stops at second. Godinez and Reynolds both score. And the Dragons are on the board, leading 2-0 here at the top of the first. Now Cam Pope, the batter. She takes ball 1. Pope for the year, 3 for 8, 2 RBIs, all 3 hits singles. Pope 1 for 3 in the first game. Was also hit with a pitch. The 1-0. And there for a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Many thanks to Barton Sports Information Director Todd Moore and his staff. A huge day here in Great Bend for the Blue Dragons and the Cougars. Up the middle and through for a hit. Bass will be held at third. It's bases loaded once again for Bryn Stockman. We are broadcasting from out in right field. And Todd and his staff are busily right now getting ready for the Blue Dragon basketball games just up the hill. He asked me if we talked and asked me if I could stream both games for him. I had said absolutely no problem, because this is the last time that we will get to see the Blue Dragons until March 13th. 2-0 Hutch here in the early going. The pitch way high and outside, 1-1. Brent Stockman in the first game, nothing for 3. She walked once, stole a base, also struck out once and scored a run. Tries to stay back on a changeup, and she fists it foul over the Barton dugout, and she's down on the count 1-2. Last Thursday, Hutchinson won a pair over Pratt, 16-1 and 5-0. The Cougars here at Cougar Field dropped a pair to Cowley, 16-5 and 11-7. The pitch bounces in for a ball, 2-2 to Stockman. The Cougars will next be in action at Kansas Wesleyan coming up on Tuesday. That pitch misses the Stockman. It's a full count. Bass at third, Cannon at second, Pope at first. Full count now to Brent Stockman with 1 out, 2 already across on the DJ Cannon 2-run single. The pitch fouled off at the plate, and it stays 3-2. Won't play again until next Friday in Tishomingo, Oklahoma against Murray State. Didn't have much wind in game number 1. Didn't have much cloud. It was a brilliant sunny day here for game number 1. The clouds are starting to filter in, wind kicking up a little bit. Still absolutely gorgeous on this Valentine's Day 2018. Pitch fouled off, and Brent Stockman will do it again at 3-2. Many times in game number 1, I mentioned how many 2-strike pitches the Barton batters fouled off of DJ Cannon, earning up 145 pitch count. Stockman's done it twice here. The pitch. Ground ball, bobbled by the short, and everybody's going to be safe. Bass will score, make it 3-0. Stop. Maggie shoots. And the Dragons now have a good chance at a big inning. Pope to second, Karen in the third, Bass scores. She does get an RBI right now, the run unearned. And Shelby Felvis the batter. Felvis 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in game number 1. That pitch bounces in, good stop by Reynolds the catcher. Both games against Pratt, the Dragons had good first innings. There's a looper in the center. That's down for a hit. Cannon's Pope being waved. There's going to be a play at the plate. It's cut off. Now behind the runner at second. And Felvis is thrown out 8-1 to 4. But 2-run score. Stockman stops at third, and that makes it 5-0. Actually, that's Cannon and Pope both score. Stockman's retired. And it's 5-0 Hutchinson. Now Becca Roberts, the ninth batter of the inning. Pops from behind third. Nice catch over the shoulder by Alexis Sharples down the line, and the inning is over. But the Dragons plate 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. And after half inning, it is Hutchinson 5 and Barton coming up. Destiny Schultz, her second start of the year, the sophomore from Deer Park, Texas, coming off her first career shutout 1 week ago against the Pratt Beavers in an 8-0 5-inning victory. The only downer about that was 6 walks. She worked out of 2 bases loaded jams, but she worked out of them. The key stat in all of that. Again, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, a career high, 6 walks. She had 1 wild pitch in that game. And she will face a Barton lineup that produced 13 runs against the Cowley Tigers last Thursday in a pair of losses. And 4 runs earlier today against DJ Cannon. It'll be Sharples, Frakes, and Reynolds. Alexis Sharples over 4 in game number 1 with a strikeout. Very interesting to see how Des will approach this game. Coming up the best game of her Blue Dragon career. She's got a 5-0 lead staked to her before she ever throws a pitch. And here we go. Righty-lefty matchup. Corners starting to creep in, and Schultz misses outside, ball 1. She could not command totally her rise ball against Pratt. That got her in some trouble. There's a change that misses 2-0. She was consistently behind batters, but when the chips were down and she had to make a pitch, she did. That was the key thing. That doesn't happen as a freshman when she posted a 6+ ERA, pitch high and tight, ball 3. Now here's the difference between last Thursday and Pratt and Barton here. Barton, a much more productive offensive order than Pratt. Those walks will haunt you today. And it's a 4-pitch walk to start the game for Alexis Sharples. They'll bring up the first baseman, Caitlin Frakes. 1 for 4 with a double. Doubled in the 7th of game number 1. The opposite way to left center field. Let's see if Des can lock in here. Delivers a strike on the outer half. Ray Geary, the first-year Blue Dragon pitching coach, is going to be very instrumental in the development of Destiny Schultz. She misses high for a ball, 1-1. Mechanics and everything, the stuff is there. Des needs to be a more confident pitcher. That changeup drops low, 2-1. So 7 pitches, only 1 in the zone for Des Schultz. The line and the 2-1 to Frakes. Grounded to second. Felvis goes to second for 1, and that'll be the only play. Good takeout slide at second by Sharples. But it's a 4-6 fielder's choice, and there's 1 out here in the first. Going to bring up the catcher, Andriana Reynolds. She had a double against Cannon her first time up. Pitch upstairs. Schultz 1 for 3. Struck out once, walked once, had a double. The pitch. Ball hit well. Coming on is Rebecca Roberts to make the catch on a sinking line drive. The Dragon fans over here, big hand. We're never going to get tired of saying how good the left 2/3 of this infield or outfield is for the Dragons. What a play. Sinking line drive. Roberts equal to the task. 2 away for the designated player, Morgan Michaelis. The pitch. Change up in there for a strike. Michaelis 0 for 1 with 3 walks and a strikeout in game number 1. She homered twice against Callie. Takes a pitch here upstairs, and it's 1-1. Frakes at first base with 2 outs. Sharples walked. Frakes hit into a fielder's choice, and then Reynolds robbed by Becca Robertson left on a sinking line drive. Another pitch upstairs, 2-1. Schultz pitch. She go around. I believe they say she went around on that rise pitch, and it's 2-2. Neither team has been particularly happy with our umpires today. 2-2 pitch. Nope, it did miss high with ball 4. 2 walks in the inning, 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring up the second baseman, Haley Pop. Pop out of Brampton, Ontario, Canada. First game 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Schultz misses with a rise ball high, and again, she's continually high. 16 pitches, only 4 in the zone, but she's an out away from not allowing any runs. Pitch popped up. Raven Bass gives chase, but hits the roof of the Barton dugout on the first base side, and the count is now 1-1 to Haley Pop. The pitch. That one's back to the screen. That'll move the runners up on the wild pitch. Cam Pope never had a chance. Second wild pitch of the season charged to Des Schultz. Now it's second and third, 2 out, and Des needs to lock in here. The pitch. Loop to right field, but caught by the right fielder, Bryn Stockman. And once again, Des Schultz works out of the jam. Nice outfield defense by both Brittany Reynolds and Bryn Stockman. Cougars get 2 on in the first, but can't push them across. And after 1 inning, in game number 2, it is Hutchinson 5 and Barton. Top of the second rolls around, and Ashton Reynolds takes ball 1 from Allison Panning, who's touched up for 5 runs, 4 earned on 5 hits in the first inning. Ball 2 now to Reynolds. Reynolds singled to start that entire 9-batter inning off. 2-0. taken downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes to Ashton. Looking at one of the top center fielders in the Jayhawk Conference, regardless of East or West. The 4-pitch walk to start the second inning. There's now 2 walks issued by Panning. And to bring up Izzy Godinez. Singled her first time up. Outside ball 1. 5 bad ones to start for Panning. Izzy now 9 for 11. Panning into the wind. Pops this one up, shallow center, in comes Storr, and she drops the ball. Moving up to second is Reynolds. That'll be an error. 2 on, nobody out to start the second. It looked like Storr had a beat on it, but then she tried to basket catch it and it glanced off the front of her glove. So here's Kiara DeCrane. Grounded to third her first time up. Pitch bounces in. So this is exactly the situation DeCrane found herself in the first inning. 2 on, nobody out. The wind and the pitch. Going the other way is DeCrane down the right field line, giving chases at the first baseman. Frakes, and she runs out of room. It lands out of play. Count even now 1-1. And Kiara DeCrane earlier today named the Jayhawk East Player of the Week. And I probably need to check something out because the National Players of the Week already came out. Slice foul out of play again, 2-2. The pitch, upside that one gets away from the catcher, and that'll allow the runners to move up. A pass ball charge to Adriana Reynolds. Now second and third, nobody out, 2-2 count. To Kiara DeCrane. Panning's pitch. Grabs third, she holds the runner. Throw to first is high and up the line. 2 runs will score. DeCrane going around first. We'll see if she's okay. 2 runs score on the throwing error, and it's 7-0. One RBI on the play, 1 won't be. Right now, neither run earned. Kiara looks to be okay. A meeting in the circle. And the Dragons have jumped on this one early. 7-0. Here's Raven Bass. She takes right now. Delayed steal. Kiara's in a rundown. And tagged out for the first out of the inning. And play will go 2-3, 6-3. Not sure if it was a delayed steal, but needless to say, that's the first out, and the bases are empty for Raven Bass. He takes the pitch, rolls in for a ball, 1-1. Popped up out of play. This week's player of the week came out of Hines, Mississippi, and Nikki Skirlong, a shortstop. So thought we had a chance at that one, but needless to say, Kiara is conference player of the week. One and one to Raby Bass. Here's the pitch. Taking low for a ball, 2-1. 5 in the first, 2 here in the second. 3 of the runs are unearned. Still count nonetheless. The third baseman, Sharples, made a great play on that ball by DeCrane. That pitch goes back to the screen, and it's 3-1. Held the runner at third and just airmailed one. That allowed both Reynolds and Godinez to score to make it 5-0. The Cougars now have 3 errors in the game. Pop to shallow right, that drops for a hit. They try to get or throw behind Raven at first. She beats it out, so it's a single, her third hit of the day. The Dragons' 6th of the game. And it's a runner at first, one out for DJ Cannon, who broke this game, or broke the scoreless tie with a 2-run single. And now we're going to see Tyler Gunnelson head out to the circle. It has not been a good outing for Barton's Allison Panning. And I believe we are going to get a pitching change. As Emma Horsch heads back to the circle. She threw over 100 pitches in game number 1. Barton's off until Tuesday. And we will have the pitching change. So Emma Horsch returns to the circle to throw in relief in game number 2. The Dragons on top fast here, 7-0. Still hitting top of the second. You're listening to Blue Dragon Baseball. Emma Horsch, the game 1 losing pitcher, back in the circle, taking over for Panning, and it's strike 1 to DJ Cannon. Panning works just an inning and a third. Runners on base are still her, or the runner on base is her responsibility. There's a strike. 0-2 the count. Panning gives up 7 runs, 4 earned, 6 hits. Bassett first is her responsibility to the pitch. Changeup misses low. 1-2 the count to Cannon. That game 1 loss. Horsch did not pitch badly. There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and there's 2 away. Cannon goes down on strike. She's 1 for 2. And Cameron Pope will hit now with the runner first and 2 outs. Reynolds walked. Godinez reached on a fielding error by the center fielder Storer when she dropped the ball. Kiara DeCrane, then the runners moved up on a pass ball to second and third, and it's ball 1 to Pope. DeCrane hit a hard ground ball to the third baseman Sharples, held the runner, but then threw it high past first down the right field line and allowed 2 runs to score to make it 7-0. Pitch taken downstairs. And here's the pitch. Grounded to second. Fielded by Pop. She throws out Pope, and the inning is over. A couple of unearned runs come across, though. Dragons taking advantage of 2 Barton errors in the inning. 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Or 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 left after an inning and a half. It is Hutchinson 7 and Barton nothing. Stick with us on the network all night tonight. It's been a big day already out here at Cougar Field. About an hour and 20 minutes. Actually, about an hour and 25 minutes. We'll head up the hill as the Blue Dragon women's basketball team will take on Barton at the Cougar Gym. And then tonight, the finale of this quadruple header between these two rival schools. The number 14 ranked Blue Dragon men's basketball in Barton with first place on the line in the Jayhawk Conference. It's going to be a dandy. Glenn and Rusty will have the call of those two. I'm Steve Carpenter. My thanks to the Barton Sports Information staff for helping us out down here as we are doing a collaborative effort. First pitch swinging. Gets under the glove of DeCrane, and Salazar reaches on an infield single. So that's how the bottom of the second starts. First hit allowed by Schultz, and now the shortstop, Maggie Schultz, hitting for the first time today. She takes strike one. Shoots out of Hoyt, Kansas. The pitch. Foul back, and it's 0-2. Filtered clouds are now filled in overhead. Still a very pleasant day out here. Temperatures in the 60s. For a while, it got hot in game number one. Changeup just misses outside. Close pitch. Good 0-2 pitch from Schultz. You'd almost be curious if Ray Aguirre comes back with that exact same pitch in that exact same location. Last year, the Barton Cougars coming off a huge season, 46-17, 20-2 in the conference, finished only second behind national champion Butler. The pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. 21 and here at Cougar Field. Sensational season for the 2017 Barton Cougars. Fouled off the end of the bat, and it stays 2-2. Weather permitting, our first Blue Dragon baseball of the season on Tuesday. Independence is set to come to Hobart Detter Field for the 2018 home opener. Well, all the action right here on the network starting at 1:45. The pitch taken downstairs, and now it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Salazar at first on an infield single. Now it's 3-2 to Schultz. Here's the payoff. Lost her. That hurts. From 0-2 to walk. 2 on to start the second for the Cougars. They trail 7-0. Now the left fielder, Sophia Duayo. Out of Pitt Meadows, British Columbia. Slapper, she takes a strike at the knees. Women's basketball team from Hutchinson ought to be arriving up the hill any time now, if not here already. Here's the pitch. Strike two called. And after this, the Dragons are off next Friday. Back at home again until March 13th for an 8-game homestand. Oh, 2 just misses on Schultz, 30th pitch of the game. Still looking for a first strikeout. Swinging a foul back. Remains 1-2 to Duayo. Outfield deep in all 3 positions. Swing and a miss, and Schultz gets her first strikeout. 1 out here in the bottom of the second for the center fielder, Kristen Storer. First pitch is slice foul. Storer in the first game was 1 for 2. She was hit with a pitch. Swing and a miss. The ball pops away from Pope. No advancement, so the Dragons catch a break. Cam kind of popped out of her stance like she was fooled by the pitch. May have been crossed up with Schultz. Cam working just her 4th game behind the dish. Popped up. Caught by the shortstop, Godinez, for out number 2. And that was a pitch in a good location. Tailing away. And Storer hit it off the end of the bat. So the infield fly roll is in effect on that one as well. Now 2 away for the leadoff hitter, Alexis Sharples. Sharples walked and was erased on a fielder's choice. There's a strike. Gotta figure Dez is gaining confidence with every inning. Confidence was the thing she lacked the most last year. Bow back to the screen, and she's up in the count 0-2. This 3rd inning, she's been 0-2 on 3 batters. She's lost 1 to a walk and gotten the other 2. Now she's 0-2 on Sharples. Fly ball down the line to left, giving chase is Roberts, but it lands in foul territory, right near the fence. First inning, Becca Roberts sinking line, sliding catch. It kept Barton off the board. Then Brent Stockman did the same thing. Ooh, that pitch just missed low. 1-2, great 0-2 pitch from Dez. Bryn, she didn't go down to her knee, but it was sinking on her, and she chased it down. 1-2 delivery. Rise ball misses high, and ducking is Sharples, and it's 2-2. I'm not sure that was going to make any difference to duck on the pitch. Pretty good contingent of Blue Dragon fans are over there. Again, we're out here in right field. The pitch, change up, called strike 3. Nice pitch from Schultz. 2 strikeouts in the inning, and she works around the early trouble with the single and the walk. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We go to the 3rd inning, game number 2. It is the Blue Dragons 7 and the Cougars nothing. Steve Carpenter back with you. Still an absolutely beautiful Valentine's Day. And a very special Valentine's Day to my wife, Tina. Listening back in Hutchinson. This is untypical, or very typical Valentine's Day for us. Usually I'm working games, and she's been with me for 31 years. First pitch swinging is Bryn Stockman, popped up and making the catch in foul territory. His first baseman, Caitlin Frakes. One pitch, one out here in the third for Emma Horsch. She came into the second inning to replace Allison Panning, who gave up 7 runs, 6 hits in an inning and a third. First pitch swinging is Shelby Felbus, and she fouls it off. Oh, I'm sorry, she's out. So the Dragons 2 pitches, 2 outs. Here's Becca Roberts. Taking all the way, but she takes a strike. Didn't even get Bryn's play into the inning when Felbus was swinging. Ball on the 21 to Roberts. Becca popped up her first time. The pitch. Hit her. Rise ball went right in. Did they bring her back? Nope, they say the ball hit the knob of the bat for a foul ball. And Jamie Rose goes to our plate umpire, Gene Williams, to try to contradict that. Nothing's changed, so it's now 1-2 to Becca Roberts. Again, we're right field, so I couldn't tell one way or the other. The line in the pitch, a little bit low for a ball, 2-2. Dragons with 5 in the first, 2 in the second. Chased a rise ball, swing and a miss. The throw down hits the runner in the back. And that'll be an error on the catcher, Reynolds. It'll be a strikeout and a throwing error. He was not inside the line, so a totally legal play. That's the one thing about softball. You only get 60 time to go inside or outside on that like you do in baseball with the extra 30 feet. Now Ashton Reynolds hits for the third time in as many innings, taking low ball 1. Good speed on the pass. And Roberts, she stole base in the first game. See if she'll be on the move here. Try to get her in the scoring position for Reynolds. High fly ball to center, and goes Storer. It's playable, and the catch is made in the inning. Dragons can't do anything with the 2-out error, the 4th of the game for the Cougars. We go to the bottom of the third. Dragons 7 and the Cougars nothing. Hutch. Home half of the third here at Cougar Field in Great Bend. Steve Carpenter with you. You can stick with us all night long for Blue Dragon basketball. Coming up at 5:20, Glenn Grunwald of Rusty Hills has the call. That'll be on another link. And then follow up and finish out the night with Blue Dragon men's basketball, a monumental JAG conference battle with the Barton Cougars. Dragons number 14 and Barton number 10 in the country, a battle for first place in the Jayhawk West. First pitch from Destiny Schultz to Kaylin Frakes is taken upstairs, ball one. Frakes reached on a fielder's choice. That pitch misses and it's 2-0. Schultz has had to contend with 4 base runners in the first 2 innings. She allowed just 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. The pitch. Ooh. Pretty good looking pitch from the cheap seats in right field, but the call is a ball, 3-0. Swinging, it's dropped into left center field for a hit. So swinging 3-0. Frakes gets her second hit of the afternoon. 1 for 2 in this one. And the Cougars have a leadoff man aboard for Andriana Reynolds. She was robbed by Becca Robertson left on a sliding catch. Her first time up. Hit a ringing double. That pitch hit her? I think it did. Reynolds hit with a pitch. And then again, it's more early inning trouble for Des Schultz. Here's Morgan Michaelis. Michaelis walked in the first inning for the 4th time in the doubleheader. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Now eventually this is going to come back to really haunt Des. These early base runners. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. 47 strikes, only 22 in the zone. And it's the process that she's growing through as a pitcher. Swing and a miss right through it. Swung right through it, did Michaelis, and it's 1-1. That was one of Dez's best pitch of the afternoon. Her next progression is going to have to be start getting outs on the first batter. Strike 2 called, 1-2. Continually pitching with runners on base is tough to do. Time called by Michaelis. Michaelis from just down K96 in Lyons, Kansas. The wind of the pitch. Way high. 2-2. Schultz gets a sign from Cameron Pope. Now into the wind. Change up, misses upstairs, full count. Three and 2 the count to Morgan Michaelis. 2 home runs on the year. Here's the pitch. Got her swinging. Took something off of it, and Schultz gets her 3rd strikeout, a huge one. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd for the second baseman, Haley Pop. Wow. That was a gutsy pitch. And Dez won the battle. 1 away for Pop, who lined out to Brent Stockman in right field to end the first. First pitch swinging, fouled away. The pitch. Ground ball slowly hit. Godinez Fields throws in time at first for out number 2. Frakes moves up to 3rd. Reynolds to 2nd, but now with 2 out. DeCrane ranged far to her left from third, nearly got to it. But by the time she had gone there, Izzy was right there to make a strong throw to upstairs, ball one. Salazar started the second inning with a single. Her lone hit on the afternoon. Second and third, 2 out. 7-0 Dragons here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Schultz in the wind. Lifted to right field, but Stockman's got a beat on it, makes the catch, and once again, Des Schultz gets into some early trouble, only to get out of it unscathed. No runs, a hit, 2 left. We've completed 3 here in game number 2. It's the Blue Dragons 7 and the Cougars nothing. Top of the fourth rolls around here at Cougar Field on this absolutely gorgeous Valentine's Day 2018. Dragons win the first game 6-1. Lead here 7-0. Izzy Godinez, Kiara DeCrane, Raven Bass. Bunt dropped down by Godinez. It's a good one. Fielded by the pitcher. They got Godinez by half a step, and Jamie Rose can't believe it. Great bunt guy go to the task. One away. Here's Kiara DeCrane. 0 for 2. She has 1 RBI. We'll explain that in a moment. Pitch taken low for ball 1. DeCrane hit in the second inning with runners at second and third. Hit a ground ball to the third baseman, Sharples, who fielded cleanly, held the runner at third. Ground ball to second, fielded cleanly by Pop, and she throws DeCrane out at first, 2 away. DeCrane now 0 for 2. So DeCrane reaches on a throwing error that allowed 2 runs to score to make it 2-0. Or excuse me, it made it 7-0 at that time. My apologies. First one was an RBI. On base twice, walked in the first and scored, singled in the second. She had 2 home runs in the first game, 3 RBIs. She had a solo shot and a 2-run home run. Pitch downstairs, 2-0 to Raven. Now 4 career home runs as a Blue Dragon for Raven Bass. The sophomore out of Odessa, Missouri. The pitch. Taking all the way a strike, 2-1. The pitch. Left, it is over the head of the left fielder. Bass is going to try for 2. Here comes the throw. She slides in safely. A laser beam that hits off the wall And it turns into a hustle double for Bass, her 4th hit of the afternoon. Once again, the ball speed when it leaves her bat is absolutely incredible. It'll take about 1.3 seconds to reach the fence. Now Bass at second, 2 away for DJ Cannon. Swung through and missed for strike 1. Cannon broke the game. The scoreless tie with a 2-run single in the first. She struck out her last time up. Horsch has now pitched around the lineup once. This is the second time around for Horsch. Pitch in on the hands foul back to the screen, and Cannon's down on the count, 0-2. Seven nothing Dragons here in game number 2. Looking for the sweep. Pitch taken a little bit low, 1-2. If Barton drops this game, they will have lost as many games here at Cougar Field that they did all of last year. 2-2 now to Cannon. 21-4 at home last year. 46-17 overall. And the only team that stood in their way was national champion Butler Grizzlies. Foul off the catcher. He stays alive. Horsch gets her sign. Now into the line, the 2-2 to Cannon. Low full count. Already Horsch at 30 pitches after throwing 108 in game number 1. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by Pop. The throw to first, the inning is over. Dragons can't do anything with the 2-out double from Raven Bass. They strand their 4th through 4 innings. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hutchinson leads Barton 7-0. So nothing Dragons. Bottom of the 4th inning. Does Schultz back to work? She's allowed 2 hits, no runs. She has struck out 3, walked 3, and hit 1. There's Schultz, Duwayo, and Storr, 7, 8, and 9 here in the Cougar 4th inning. Maggie Schultz walked her first time up. Strike called. Schultz looking to retire a leadoff batter for the first time this afternoon. The Cougars have stranded 6 through 3 innings. They stranded 8 in game number 1. Check swing foul, 0-2. Earlier today, DJ Cannon, her career 20th, with a complete game victory in game number 1. Check swing again, popped up, and nobody can get to it, and it remains 0-2 to Schultz. Dez gets the sign and delivers. Change up, called strike 3. For the first time today, Schultz retires the leadoff batter. Now Sophia Duayo, the left fielder, struck out swinging her first time up. Foul back to the screen. 4 strikeouts for Dez. That ties a career high. The pitch. Taking high for a ball. The wind in the pitch. And there for a strike, 2-1. It is going to be fascinating to watch the progression of this sophomore from Deer Park, Texas. Pitch misses way high, 3-1, I think. They have no angle on the scoreboard from out here in right field, and our home plate umpire doesn't flash the count. The pitch. Nope, now it's a full count. A wind in the pitch. It rolls a hit, actually hits her. So it goes a hit by a pitcher, the second of the game for Destiny Schultz. 1 on, 1 out for Kristen Storr. Storr hit into an infield fly. Ruled a shortstop, Izzy Godinez, her first time up. Hitting out of the 9 slot, back to the top of the order, and Alexis Sharples. Pitch sails outside, ball 1. As her pitch count reaches 68, 35 in the zone for strikes, so roughly a 2-1 strike to ball ratio for Schultz. The pitch. Swung through that one, 1-1. This Cougar lineup is going to be potent before the year is out. Good aggressive approaches at the plate. They don't chase a lot of bad pitches, and they foul off a lot of 2-strike pitches. Strike called on a curveball, and it's 1-2. So Schultz bidding for a new career high in strikeouts. Strike away here. Rise ball misses, 2-2. She had 4 strikeouts last week against Pratt. She's at 4 right now. 1 out into the 4th inning today. The pitch. Down low, full count. This is where she's made her money. Situations like this, she's made the pitch every time. Here's the payoff. Got her swinging. She's done it again, and that's a new career high with 5 strikeouts for Destiny Schultz. She's now struck out 3 of the last 5 she faced. Back to the top of the order, and Alexis Sharples, a walk and a strikeout. Strike outside corner. Maybe this retiring team's 1, 2, 3 is a little bit overrated. In the case of Destiny Schultz so far in 2018, it might be. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-1. Schultz bidding for her 2nd win of the year in her 2nd start. The pitch. Changeup drops right in there for a strike, 1-2. Cam Pope with the sign. Schultz gets it now into the line. The 1-2. Got her swinging. She strikes out the side. And she continues to impress this Destiny Schultz. She strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, one left. We've completed 4 here in game 2. It's Hutchinson 7 and Barton nothing. Destiny Schultz, a career high 6 strikeouts. And over her last 2 innings, she appears to be getting stronger. Struck out the side in the 4th. Has a 7-0 lead. Now the Dragons would like to push it a little farther. It's Cameron Pope, Brent Stockman, and Shelby Felvis here in the Hutchinson 5th. Cam takes ball 1. Cam 1 for 2, a first inning single. 2 hits on the afternoon. The pitch. In for a strike, 1-1. Tonight the quadruple header up here in Great Bend with the Blue Dragons and the Cougars. Pitch taken a little bit low, and it's 2-1 to Pope. Tomorrow, Blue Dragon Baseball plays a double header against Northeast Texas in Mount Pleasant at 1 p.m. Single game Friday. They moved that series up a couple of days because of the weather. 3-1 to Pope. Blue Dragon track begins indoor Region 6 with the multi-events. They have Heptathlon and Pentathlon. Low pitch, off to the right, left center field gap. It's in there. A hit. Pope headed for second, and Pope slides in safely with the leadoff double to start the 5th. Pope just went down with a good pitch from Emma Horsch. Cam just dropped the bat head down and went down and dug it out. Her first extra base hit of the year. Now Brent Stockman, the batter. Brent 0 for 2 with an RBI. She takes high ball 1. Blue Dragons 7-0 lead after winning the first game 7-1. Low for a ball 2. The fact that this is the start of a 10-game road trip for Hutchinson, I'm going to miss seeing these guys. Ball back to the screen, 2-1 to Brent Stockman. Just initial thoughts through 4 games, a very potent lineup. You know, have an obvious number 1 in DJ Cannon. If Destiny Schultz can continue to improve like she has. A bunt popped up, caught by the pitcher. No advancement by the runner at second, Pope. And Stockman can't move the runner up. Now runner at second, 1 away. Dragons, that's the 3rd time the Dragons have popped up a bunt and gotten 4 outs out of it. Horsch here's a pitch. Did it hit her? Shelby Felvis hit with the pitch. 3rd time this year. Two on, 1 out for Becca Roberts, the 9-hole hitter in left field. He's got a great diving grab of a popped up bunt toward the first base line that she turned into a double play. Barton had 3 tremendous defensive plays in that first game. Roberts shows bunt but takes low for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. The wind of the pitch, butted through for a strike. Now they fall behind the runner at second, and back in is Cam Pope. And if it stays put, the Dragon Butt game needs some work. The pitch. Outside 2-2 to Becca Roberts. Defensively looking very solid. Offense, for the most part, swinging well. 3 home runs in the first game. The pitch. Popped up. Foul over the Dragon dugout. It remains 2-2. Dragons trying to push one across here. Pitch is high and tight. Snap throw to first. Back in safely is Shelby Felvis. And it's a full count to Becca Roberts. For if that 8th run would score, that would give the Blue Dragons an opportunity to end it in 5 innings via the run rule. The pitch. Fouled back and out of play. And it stays 3-2 to Roberts. Horsch looks in. The payoff pitch. Low ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the top of the Dragon order. Here's Ashton Reynolds. Reynolds owns a home run off Emma Horsch. That gave Hutchinson a 3-1 lead that they never gave up. Tyler Gunnelson heads out to the circle. I didn't see any action in the bullpen. According to their roster, they are carrying 3 pitchers, but they also have some utility players. Caitlin Frakes, the first baseman, also listed as a pitcher. And Coach Gunnelson's going to stick with Emma Horsch. So Reynolds hits for the 4th time in this one. 1 for 2 with the walk, 2 runs scored. Big chance for the Dragons. Bases loaded and 1 out, leading 7-0. So big and bad for the Cougars. Righty-righty matchup. Horsch into the line. The first pitch to Ashton. The high pop. Could be trouble. And it drops in for a hit. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. It's 9-0. A bloop double for Reynolds. And the Dragons do get that run here in the 5th. Reynolds now with 5 RBIs on the afternoon. Felvis and Pope both scores. Roberts goes to 3rd. Here's Izzy Godinez. Izzy 1 for 3. She takes ball 1. Roberts at 3rd. Reynolds at 2nd to pitch. Outside. And it's 2-0. So now Des Schultz 3 outs away from her second complete game and possibly her second shutout. Not to mention her second win of the year. Strike at the knees. 2-1 to go, Dinas. We can get more into Dez's particulars. There's a little looper to right. Coming on and making the catch is Salazar. And the play at the plate, well, not in time. A run scores, and it's 10-0 as Felbus. Nope, he's out at the plate. I'm sorry. Felbus cut down at the plate. Strong throw from Salazar to Reynolds, and the inning is over. Jamie Rose questioning the call, but 2-run single by Ashton Reynolds as the Dragons 3 outs away from a run. Now after 4.5, Hutchinson leading Barton 9-0. You know, I committed the cardinal sin of a play-by-play guy. I took my eye off the play and missed the play at the plate, so my apologies for that. Des Schultz looks for her second win, her second shutout, and also her second complete game. She will face 2-3-4 here in the Barton fifth. Hutchinson leading now 9-0. 9 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 5 left on for Hutchinson. No runs, 2 hits for her. It's a hard hit ball in the right field for a base hit. So Frakes leads off the fifth with the 2 to keep this one alive. Now the catcher, Andriana Reynolds. Lined out and hit by a pitch 0 for 1. One hit in the doubleheader. Pitch. Barton's coming out swinging aggressive. Reynolds fouls that one off. Des at 79 pitches. She has a career high 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, 3 hits, all singles. The pitch. Outside for a ball 1-1. The changeup misses. 2-1 the count to Reynolds. Morgan Michaelis is next. Last couple innings, Des has been hitting her spots much more consistently. Hard hit ball. It's foul down the left field line. So for all the trouble that Des has been in terms of allowing base runners, this is honestly the first inning in her first 2 starts that she's actually been hit pretty hard. Frakes had a hard hit ground ball to the right side, and that was a well hit ball by Reynolds that went foul. 2-2, the pitch. Ground ball to Kiera, or third to second for 1. That'll be the only play. Nice play by DeCrane. Nice play by Felbus coming across the bag to get the lead runner. 5-4 fielder's choice. Reynolds now on at first with 1 out for Michaelis. Michaelis will walk and a strikeout. She's walked 4 times. At some point, these early base runners will get to Destiny Schultz. She knows it. Ray Geary knows it. Jamie Rose knows it. Changeup drops in for a strike, and it's 0-2. But for a pitcher who struggled with her confidence as a freshman in 2017, to see her make and throw key pitches at key times and have success has been fascinating to watch. Pitch upstairs for ball 1 and 2. The pitch. Outside a curveball, 2 and 2. Cannon 7 strikeouts and Schultz is 6 strikeouts. They've earned them. Barton doesn't chase a bad pitch. High fly ball down the left field line, but it's going to hook fouling out of play, and it'll stay 2 and 2 to Morgan Michaelis. Tyler Gunnelson has something to build on here. Pitch upstairs, full count. Pitch number 89. So these are the pitches where, through her first 2 starts, Des Schultz has excelled at. What does she have in store here in this 3-2 pitch to Morgan Michaelis? Lost her. Again, those pitches were right around the zone. So no fault really there by Dez. Michaelis walks for the 5th time this afternoon. We're going to get a pinch runner at first base. And when she turns around, I will be able to tell you who that is. It's Braylee Hogan, freshman out of Salina South, pinch running for Michaelis at first. So 1 out. Barton needs 2 runs to stay alive. We're now on base as Cameron Pope goes out and talks to Destiny Schultz. Haley popped the batter. Pop is lined out and grounded out to Izzy Godinez at short. The line out was to right field on a nice play by Bryn Stockman to end the first inning. 9-0 Dragons, bottom of the 5th. They won the first game 7-1. Pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Count now over 90. 91 pitches, 48 for strikes. Line in the pitch. Lifted this left center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Rounding third is Reynolds. She will score. That stops Des Schultz streak at 9 1/3 inning. This Pop delivers an RBI single. Nine to 1 the score now. First pitch swinging is Salazar. She fouls it back. She's 1 for 2 against Schultz. And we are broadcasting from right field today. Strike called, 0-2. The wind in the pitch. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Stockman, makes the catch. Tagging and heading for third is Hogan. Now runners at the corners and 2 away. No chance to get Hogan. She was going to tag up as that ball was tailing toward the corner. No chance for Stockman to get a throw on her. So first, Hogan at third, 2 outs. If Hogan scores, or shortstop Maggie Schultz the batter. Schultz is walked and struck out. Pitch bounces in. Good stop by Cam Pope. Ball 1. Dragons would love to end it right here, but then they've got 9 days off. The pitch. Ground ball to short. Izzy has it. Goes to second for the force, and that's the ball game. Blue Dragons get the sweep, winning the first game 7-1, and run ruling. Or wait a minute, I got the score right? I might have the score right. So they're going back out. We're going to check the score. I've got the score is 9-1. So we're going to continue here. We'll find out what the score actually is right after this. Well, I have fooled you all. It's only 8-1, but from out here in right field, it's hard to keep track of everything. We'll figure out where we went wrong. Maybe only one run scored. But anyway, another pitcher is in. Caitlin Frakes in at first base. She swaps places with Emma Horsch at first. And Kiara DeGrain, the batter. Strike called. The foul ball, it's 1-1. The wind in the pitch. Hard hit ground ball to second. Salazar has it. Or excuse me, Pop has it, and there's one away. Now Raven Bass, 2 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. One outside, ball 1. Bass a couple of home runs in game number 1. Misses. Frakes out of Topeka Seaman High School. A sophomore lefty. In there for a strike. The pitch. There's a strike, and it's 2-2. Hard hit ball, that's in the left center field for a hit. So Ravens 3 for 3. The Dragons have now 10 hits. She got a hanging changeup that she got on top of and just powered it through the infield. 1 on, 1 out for DJ Cannon. Pitched inside, nearly hit her, and did hit her. Hit her actually on the back of the leg, and DJ wasn't real pleased about that. Of course, that's the leg I think she got hit on, so she's going to be, last week, she's going to be a little touchy. I think we're going to get a pinch runner at first base maybe for Bass. Amy Rose has the lineup card pulled out. Or perhaps, nope, it'll actually be a pinch runner at second for Raven. Maddie Miner out of Perry, Oklahoma, a freshman, seeing her first action. So now it's Miner at second, Cannon at first for Cameron Pope. Two-hit game with single and a double. Strike called to Cam. Lefty kicks and fires. Now Pope down to the count, 0-2. So it is 8-1. My apologies. I think it may have been in that, what I thought was a 2-run fifth. Pitch taken downstairs. So the score is officially 8-1. The pitch. Ground ball knocked down by Frakes. They go to second for one. Return throw to first, not in time. Cannon retired at second. Miner moves to third. It'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice. And Bryn Stockman, the batter. Bryn looking for her first hit. Taken downstairs, ball one. Dragons looking for their second straight sweep. The wind of the pitch. That's toward the gap in right center field and all the way to the fence. Miner scores. Pope being waved around, so there's going to be a play at the plate. And Pope is out at the plate. But big run comes across as Bryn Stockman drives in Bryn Miner now to make it 9-1. And Pope thrown out at the plate. So we are going to go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Our new score, Hutchinson 9 and Barton 1. So once again, Barton down to their last three outs. 9-1 the score officially. And it will be 8-9-1. Duayo, Stoyer in the top of the order. Sharples to face Des Schultz. The pitch. Taking a little low ball one. Sophia Duayo is 0 for 1. She was hit by a pitch. Struck out in the second, hit by a pitch in the fourth. Schultz now at 98 pitches. Strike called. Schultz's career long 6. That set last year. Her score string ends at 9 1/3 innings. Strike called inside quarter on pitch number 100. Clouds really starting to filter in now. Ground ball slowly hit. This is going to be a tough play. Play to first. It's up the line. It'll be a base hit. Now they may have a chance at Stockman's throw. Not in time. It'll be a single and an error on the third baseman, Kiara DeCrane. So slowly hit ball. Probably shouldn't have been. So now here's Storr. Kaylin Storr 0 for 2, popped up and struck out. The pitch. Ball 1. We thought Ray Geary would stretch out the pitching staff a little bit, being there's going to be a 9-day layoff before the Dragons play again. The pitch. Inside ball 2. Ball 3, so Cam Pope's going to go out and talk to Dez. Barton appears to be building a little momentum. Schultz has allowed 1 run, 5 hits, career high 6 strikeouts. He's walked 5. Now those walks are the biggest bugaboo because nearly the pitch. Ball 4. 2 on to start the 6th for the Cougars. About 15 minutes away from Blue Dragon women's basketball and Barton getting started just behind us up the hill to the northeast. The Barton gym. Should be a wild one tonight. Here's Alexis Sharples 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Ground ball. Izzy's got the tag for 1 to throw. Dug out. That's a double play. And there's 2 away. Wow, what a play. Izzy made the short hop, backhanded stop, and then threw a low throw that a la Eric Hosmer. Raven Bass dug out for a 6-3 double play. And while making that backhanded stop, Izzy Godinez tagged out Duayo. So now 2 away for Frakes. Strike called. Now Stoyer at second, a big run. That hitter. Frakes hit with the pitch. Now what that does is put a force at any base for Adriana Reynolds. Reynolds 0 for 2. She reached on the fielder's choice in the 5th and scored on Pop's RBI single. Dragons need an out to end it. Cougars need a run to extend it. Ball 1 to Reynolds. Fly ball hit deep to center. Reynolds back and it's gone. Home run. 3-run home run and we will play 7. So it's 10-4. Excuse me, 9-4 now. We will go 7. It starts getting a little darker with the filtered clouds blocking the sun. That's Barton's second home run of the day. Morgan Michaelis the batter. He swings through that offering from Des Schultz for strike 1. Now the Dragons 4 outs away officially. Upstairs for ball 1-1. Pitch count now at 112 for Des Schultz. As soon as this one's over, I'll head back up the hill. The pitch popped up. It drops in. It'll be a base hit for Michaelis, her first of the day. Little bloop in the shallow center. It's now 3 hits in the inning along with a hit batsman and a walk. And Haley popped the batter. 1 for 3, an RBI single. She extended this game. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Maybe not be the worst thing. And the Dragons to get a little bit of a shove here. A little bit low for ball 2-0. The pitch. Ball 3. Now Des is starting to struggle a little bit. She needs an out to match her career-long stint in one game. Cripple's in there for a strike. And our home plate umpire, you can hear him, but he has refused to throw the arm up now, so he must be getting tired. The pitch. Foul back, it's a full count. 9-4 the score now. Wind in the pitch. Popped up. Shout his fellow. She's got it. Is over. A 3-run home run by Andriana Reynolds keeps the Cougars in it. They stay alive for the second straight inning, and we will go 7. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We go to the 7th. Our new score, Dragons 9 and the Cougars 4. Presumably only one more inning remaining. 7th inning rolls around. Hutch with a 9-4 lead. They won the first game 7-1. Now 8 minutes away from opening tip up the hill. The Blue Dragon women in Barton. You can catch that game on the network. Yep, link for that. And also the guys game at 7:30. Again, my thanks to Todd Moore and his staff for facilitating this kind of dual effort. Ball 1 to Shelby Felvis. 1 for 2, a 2-run single in the first. perhaps maybe a one-run. That might be where we made the mistake. There's a swing in the middle and one. The pitch. Pretty close, but a ball, and it's 2-1. Shelby, a freshman out of Marion. Good early strides with the bat. Ground ball to the right side, fielded by the first baseman. And she goes over and steps on the bag, does Emma Horsch, route number 1. Here's Becca Roberts looking for her first hit. Popped up, struck out, walked. Also thrown out at the plate. Butts through one for strike 1. Dragon fans didn't think so. The pitch. Lifted down the left field line, hooking, fouling out of play. 0-2 to Roberts. Considering what is still left on my plate tonight, we won't do a full post game. We will just wrap it up and call it good because I need to get back up the hill. That change up from Fakes comes in a little bit short, and it's 1-2. So once this game is completed, we'll do a quick total and shut her down for and get you guys over to Blue Dragon basketball. Ball left center field, coming on and making the catch is Nuego, and there's 2 away. Top of the order in Ashton Reynolds, 5th plate appearance, 2 for 3. A single and a run scored, a walk in the 2nd. She flew out the center and doubled in the 5th. This is going to be a very potent top of the order for the Blue Dragons in 2018. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. And Frakes quickly throws to first in time. And the Dragons go in order 1, 2, 3. So for the 3rd straight inning, Barton's down to their final 3 outs, except this time they're going to have to score 5 to stay alive. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning in game number 2. Dragons 9 and the Cougars 4. Bottom of the 7th of a 9-4 Hutchinson lead. They took the first game 7-1. And starting lineups are about to be announced up at the Cougar Gym, the Barton Gym. Hutchinson and Barton women's basketball. Here Des Schultz trying to shut the door and get her 2nd victory of the year, and it's ball 1. To Nasi de Salazar. Salazar today 1 for 3. Swinging a high pop-up shallow, and that drops in for a hit. Ashton Reynolds came running hard and couldn't quite get to it. He was playing around the pool a little bit. That'll bring up Maggie Schultz. Schultz 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch. And outside ball 1. Barton today has gotten their leadoff man aboard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 innings. And it's only scored once. That's amazing. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. They flipped it, or Godinez flips the second for 1 on the first, not in time. Slow hit ball. Dez actually might have grazed it to slow it down even further. So Godinez to Felvis for a 6-4 force. 1 away for Sophia Duayo. Sophia 1 for 2. The pitch. Strike inside corner on pitch number 126. Again, once this wraps up, we are going to make a quick exit because still many things to do. We got to tear down and then get up top to the gym. 0-2 the count to Duayo. Dragon 2 outs away from a 4-0 start. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. 2 away. That's strikeout number 7 for Dez. Continuing to increase her career high. Now it's down to the center fielder, Kristen Storer. Storer 1 for 2. A pop-up. Strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. Strike 1. I'd really like to see Dez come with this mentality earlier in the game, work ahead more. But she's out away from being 2-0. Loop to right field. Stockman's got it, and the Dragons win it. 9-4 the final. Hutchinson gets the sweep. And that's going to do it. We will have a full update on BlueDragonSports.com. Thank you so much for joining us. A big night still ahead. Blue Dragon basketball and Barton just up the hill. So for the entire Barton Community College sports information staff led by Todd Moore, thank you so much for joining us. For those Barton fans, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we will hopefully see you down the road. For the Blue Dragon fans, they're on the road, or they're on the shelf for 9 days, and then they are back in action on Friday the 26th as they go to Tishomingo, Oklahoma to take on Murray State. Steve Carpenter from Cougar Field and Great Bend. The Dragons win it by the scores of 7-1 and 9-4, are now off to a 4-0 start. Until March 13th, the next time we have Blue Dragon softball. Steve Carpenter, so long, everybody.